All right. So this is the cold start, right before the theme song. Hold on a second, I got it on here.
Oh yeah, montage. Well, hello.
What's up? Yeah, so beer review really can't be called itself a beer review if we don't also do root beer review.
Right, it's got beer in the title.
It has.
You know, whether it's alcoholic or not, these ones are.
Sometimes grown-ups need to revisit childhood a little bit.
Yeah, you know, have that kind of reconnection, but at the same time, have that alcohol to kind of forget. So,
Yeah.
where did the bottle opener go?
Where'd you put it?
Right here.
Yeah.
So here we have our Not Your Father's, which is probably the most well-known alcoholic root beer, as far as I know.
I think it was the first one that I heard of that was actually doing a thing.
Like
I didn't know that anybody was really doing alcoholic root beer on a large scale.
Right.
So I think it's only fair we start with them.
Yep.
Because
kind of
everyone else started with them too.
Right, exactly. So yeah, I was gonna say I will tell you what I originally thought of this, and it carries through. It's so sweet. It is literally so sweet.
But so is root beer.
Well,
I mean, this tastes to me.
yes.
This tastes like root beer.
It does.
I wouldn't be able to pick this. If there was a glass of Barks and a glass of this next to one,
Right.
I would be able to tell the difference.
Right. Okay. When you put it like that,
You know, and in all fairness, you know, it's not artisanal root beer; it's alcoholic root beer.
Right.
So, you know, as far as being a boozy version of something that normally tastes how it tastes, you know,
Right.
You throw rum in a Pepsi, it tastes like Pepsi with rum in it.
Right.
As far as this being alcoholic, you know, upwards of 5%, like
Yep.
a standard beer.
Yeah.
Pretty damn good.
Yeah. I'm one of those people that cuts my grape juice with water because, again, it's extremely sweet.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that for me, it's
fair.
it's very sweet.
So if high sugar content is not something you find fits your personal preference, you're probably not gonna like it. But if you're looking for a root beer
That
that
tastes
doesn't taste like they've added booze to it, and
right.
actually, like I could make a root beer float out of this easily.
Oh yeah, yep. And I'm not gonna lie, this didn't sit in the fridge all that long, so it is kind of right on that cusp of being not quite room temperature, but it
Yeah.
is a little on the warm side. I remember the first time I tried this, I'm actually getting a lot of flavors that I didn't initially get.
I am kind of curious if they flavor with diacetyl. Am I pronouncing that wrong?
Diacetyl. I've heard pronunciation,
But it does
You
have
know
that
what?
kind of buttery.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of a buttery finish to it. I have never tasted it cold, but warmer, it's got a little bit of that.
Right.
And I wonder if they flavor with that, because I know that's one of the flavoring ingredients in popcorn and fake butters.
Yes, it is. You are correct. So reading this, I was going to say honey, kind of, because it does have a very kind of honey-esque sweetness to it. And honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if they are using diacetyl as a flavoring, because it does say natural and artificial flavors.
He was reading it upside down.
Well, if anything, that should just impress you more. But yeah, it's kind of got that honey thing where it hits you on the back of the tongue, that sweetness, and that slightly thick, kind of sugary character
Yeah.
that honey has. But yeah, I mean, it tastes like root beer. If you're looking for root beer and looking to have a good time, I mean...
Yeah, I would, for what it is, you know, I'd give it a 10 out of 10 as far as alcoholic root beers go.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah.
That's as good as I could ever picture it getting.
The brewery I work at, we make a pretty damn good root beer.
Non-alcoholic.
Non-alcoholic, yeah. So,
I didn't know that the first time I went to the brewery and had like 2 or 3 of them.
and he was like, yo man, I'm not feeling anything. And I'm like, yeah, Chris, it's just root beer. He's like, oh.
I I was wondering why I couldn't taste it.
Oh. But one thing we've done with our local distillery as well is add their bourbon to our root beer. I would go for that any day over an alcoholic root beer, just because personally I like bourbon. To each their own, but if you're looking for an alcoholic root beer that tastes like root beer, this guy.
Don't need to bring any bourbon with you to the beach. Just bring these.
King.
Well, actually, don't bring these to the beach because it's glass.
Or bring it to the beach and just make sure you break it up really fine and throw it out by the water, so erosion, it'll turn back into sand.
There's nothing that could possibly go wrong with that plan.
Yeah, no.
Cameron, I don't even know her.
Root beer.
Root beer. Yeah.
Cool. And then that's actually where the theme song will be coming in.